my whole body and mindset is just numb right now. And I wanted to go live last night on YouTube just to talk about my day and how my weekend was going and celebrate the guilty verdict for George Floyd. My prayers goes out to that family as they celebrate a big win, and that was definitely a big win for the black community yesterday evening. But as we were all at work or in our cars or at home watching the verdict go down, it was a young girl in Ohio by the name of kahiaBryant, getting shot 4 times in the chest by a police officer. And I'm on Facebook because everybody has a cell phone out. I'm on Facebook watching all the lives, all the shares and comments towards this young lady as her body was laying lifeless on the ground. And I really feel like I need a lot of prayer, or maybe need to go talk to my therapist about what I saw, because this young lady was 16, I believe, 15 or 16 years old, and I seen a teenage body laying on the ground in a puddle of blood, her own blood. And as the day was going by, later on that night, of me just reading and trying to research all I can about Miss Bryant, the police department came out and released the body cam of the officer and released the statements of what they saw in the video. Now, me first watching it, I'm pissed off. I'm mad, I'm hurt, I'm upset. Not again. It's been less than 24 hours of me processing and getting the relief of everything with George Floyd, and we starting this all over again. So what I saw from the body cam, because it was a whole bunch of images on Facebook Live from different views of what took place, and I'm giving my view in what I saw. The police was dispatched to this home because someone called 911 and they said that it was someone with a knife trying to put hands on them. I think the call was called around 4:36 and they got there like at 4:44 or something like that. Arrived to the scene, and the officer saw a young lady with a knife in her hand spazzing out on one girl. The girl hit the ground, and then she turned around and she was spazzing out again on another girl, and then the shots were fired. So I'm not too sure, or at this point know, if Miss Bryant was the one that called the police or not. It's still a lot of stuff that I need to research on, but I'm just going off what I saw in the video. So in the slow mo that the police department showed, I paused and stopped, paused and stopped, paused and stopped, and all I can see is a bunch of black people in a yard, and looks like they showed up to this house to fight. And one thing that I took, or one thing that I thought when I saw that, is leading up to when Miss Bryant got shot, that we got to stop doing this shit, man. We got to stop meeting up to fight, and we got to stop meeting up with weapons and stuff in our hand. Because when the officers see us giving force, they show up in attack mode. No questions asked. You got a weapon in your hand, they're going to shoot your ass. And I guarantee you, if this had been in a white folks neighborhood and it was white kids showing up to fight, they would have got tased. And that all these kids would have returned back home to their parents and showed up to court the next day. But when it comes to us, they show up ready to kill. And I don't know when we're going to get that in our heads, that we don't have the same options as other kids that don't look like us. We don't have the skin texture for protection. Our skin tone and the way we carry ourselves and the way that we show up in the game, they get real offensive to that. I don't know what kind of conversations that we have at home with our kids, but we need to start having these conversations when it comes to linking up with our own, and when these police officers are being called out. It's just sad that we are now having to deal with this in less than 24 hours of us grasping the concept of a guilty verdict of a police shooting. I don't know, man. This is tough. My heart goes out to the young lady, and I'm definitely going to be following this case. And it's just sad that we're living in a world today where we can't even trust officers that are supposed to protect and serve, and we damn sure can't even trust the people that even look like us. My thing is, I want to know now, why were we showing up to fight with knives in our hand? We gotta stop letting people trigger us. And the whole time, if the police wasn't called, this whole, to me, live stream would have been different. You would have seen us fighting, cussing, doing whatever, getting stabbed, ha-haing, and somebody with a mug shot. But since this young lady lost her lives to a police officer, the shit went left. And I guarantee you, the people that was recording that live, they wasn't expecting for nobody to die today. We got to do better as a community, and we got to do better as a whole when it comes to our end, dealing with each other and dealing with the police. I don't know when this conversation got to get started. Not only looking at this case, but in our own city. Birmingham, I know for a fact, had like 5 murders yesterday, or 3. What are we teaching our kids? The first time you get mad and upset, you want to shoot somebody? I don't know, but we're going to talk about it. I'm going to try to go in here and have a good day. I just wanted to put in my 2 cents because I know I was supposed to go live yesterday, but I was just trying to sit back and just get my mind to grips on what I just saw, because I have a 15-year-old son. Boy or girl, I always see my son in the shoes of another kid. And my kid don't bother nobody. But in this day and age, it really don't matter. You can be in the right place at the right time and still get shot. Because we seen that at the park on Easter Sunday. You could be getting pulled over by the police, get out the car, get shot for a jerk reaction, or you can be detained because you got a counterfeit $20 bill and end up with an officer knee on your neck and can't breathe. This conversation goes way deeper. I'm just hoping that I'm talking to an audience right now that's open-minded and transparent, because some of these things, everything ain't our fault. But this right here ain't no George Floyd situation. And we can't be out here looting and tearing up the city when we ain't even got all the facts. Don't start that shit, black people. I don't give a damn if it was my own brother or cousins or whatever. If it's 80% showing that you wasn't in the wrong, I'm rocking with all the writings. But this right here, we're going to have to chill out on until we get all our facts straight. I'm going to holler at y'all. Y'all try to have a good day. I love y'all. Deuces.